What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. For those of you who don't know, my name is Samson, and in today's video we were at Rolls-Royce of Raleigh, North Carolina, and I have a treat for you guys today. We have the 2023 McLaren 720S. Now guys, for those of you who don't know, McLaren has always been known for making some of the best all-around performing cars. When it comes to exotics, they are still top of the line, top-notch cars. For the 720S, that is one of their highest performance models, right under the 765. So in today's video, we're going to give you a little bit of an overview, tell you a little bit more about the car, go over some styling features. You guys let me know if you like it. But just like that, let's get into it. Starting with this front bumper area, when you think about McLaren and you think about supercars, everything is functional. Everything is very out of the ordinary for what you may be accustomed to. I absolutely love the way that this front headlight area is turned into an intake to cool off those intercoolers. You do have your turn signal right here, as well as everything finished in carbon fiber. Like I said, your intakes right here, front and bottom. You do have a very sinister looking headlight assembly right there. Doesn't look like it's all that much, guys, but I promise you, it offers you all the light that you could possibly need. Absolutely love the color on this car. It has just a very smallest amount of sparkle to it. Very, very lovely. Very, very simplistic. You do have this rear vent as well on the front bumper, allowing air to travel in and come back out on this side for the most aerodynamic efficiency. Coming around to the actual front of this car, it does sit very, very low. You do have your intakes right here on the bottom for those intercoolers on both sides. You do have this front camera for your track days to help you have a little bit more awareness of what you're doing. You do have your sensors on the front bumper to help you guys stay safe. You see this bottom splitter made out of carbon fiber. Looks very, very beautiful. The weave is spot on. There are no imperfections in this carbon fiber weave whatsoever. You do have your McLaren badge right here front and center, as well as very nice body lines moving up the side of the car. You can just see just how aerodynamic this car is. Everything for this car, you can like it, you can hate it. It may not be pretty to you, but it is functional. You do have these vents right here on the top as well for channeling the air, made out of carbon fiber on the surrounding materials. Just a very, very beautiful overall, almost spaceship looking front section of this car. Coming around to the side, you do have absolutely massive wheels on this thing. We are talking 19-inch rims. I love McLaren's design on these rims. 245 on the tire width. You do have carbon ceramic brake rotors, and so you guys can see there is very slight speckling in these rotors. These are two-piece carbon ceramic rotors. You may be able even to see the carbon fiber weave right here. The two-piece allows it to have an aluminum hat, allowing you to save weight on rotational mass. They are drilled. You do have absolutely massive, massive calipers on the front with the McLaren logo. Very, very nice design. I'm normally a proprietor of bright colors on your brake calipers. However, these stand out just enough for me. Like I said, 245 on the width of this tire. Again, guys, you can see the aerodynamics of the car. You do have your side marker right here. Would look a little bit better if it was finished in black. Coming around the bend, you do have very, very elegant, very sleek body lines that run along the side of the car. Your 720S badge right here with the 720S, the S finished in orange. You do have this vent, can collect quite a few rocks, as you can see. However, it does allow air from the wheel well to come up and reduce lift. You do get a very, very sleek, aerodynamic, and nice design element with this car. Coming up to the top, you do get carbon fiber mirror caps on your side view mirrors. Very, very nice. Also improves on the weight savings for this car. Very nice design to the mirrors. Comes on the outside of the door. Very, very beautiful. Very, very elegant. you do get a camera on the bottom, allowing you to see what you may be able to hit on the curb and enabling you to be able to miss it. Coming up to the top of the door, guys, there are so many lines with this car. You almost find a new one every time you look. You do have an intake channel right here, focusing air to the rear part of this car, to the engines, the radiators, helping cool the car. Many cars come with that channel on the side. However, whenever you have an intake on the side, it can create resistance, it can create drag and mess up the aerodynamics. McLaren decided to put it right here on the inside in order to help take advantage of the slippery design of this car while still forcing as much air into the car as possible. You do have a very, very nice and low slope hood up here. Almost looks like a little bubble of a cockpit that you are in. Love the two-tone design, the body color right here, and then you have black right along the top. This portion of the top of the car is finished in carbon. You guys can see the absolutely beautiful weave that they have on the roof side of this car. Coming down to the side, again, very nice body lines along the side of the car, going into an intake duct for the rear portion of the car. You do have your heat extractors right here, allowing you to get air out of the engine. Coming down to the back, guys, you do get bigger wheels on the back. We are talking 20-inch rims instead of the 19s that you get on the front, with 305s on the width, the same 4-piston caliper setup, the same carbon ceramic brakes drilled with the two-piece design. Some cars you'll see the two-piece design in the front and not in the back. They give it to you in front and back so that you save rotational mass at all four corners. Very, very nice design on these stock wheels, as well as a very, very nice design and color on this caliper. Coming up to the side, you do get your rear view markers right here. Again, will look better finished in black. This intake is made of carbon fiber. You do get a lot of carbon on this car, and you guys can see just from looking at this angle of it, just how slippery it is. You do get the fins right here on the back, allowing you to have even more aerodynamic efficiency, as well as, again, this heat extractor, taking heat and air away from the engine, allowing it to cool itself off. Absolutely massive pane of rear view glass on this car. Coming down to the back, you do get the center mounted exhaust. Very, very nice setup. Very, very beautiful setup with the McLaren badge, the McLaren logo floating right there in the center. Absolutely love this rear grille that allows heat to come from the exhaust, from the engine, help cool it off. You do get carbon fiber on the rear bottom portion of this bumper, this rear diffuser. As you guys can see, you can see the transmission through this rear diffuser, as well as you have fins to help channel the air. Look at the absolutely massive girth on that tire, as well as the rest of this diffuser. You do get your reverse light right here in the center for the people that may be able to see it. Guys, if you have not seen one of these cars in person, it is almost impossible to explain to you the presence that they have. You can see the suspension components underneath the car. Very, very well made, very, very put together with the carbon fiber. And so how about we go in and we take a look at the inside of the car, show you guys what it's like getting into it, as well as how the interior quality is on the car. Coming up to the doors, for most cars, I don't film it opening. However, the McLaren does have that butterfly door setup. You can see this massive channel allowing air to come in, pushing the door all the way up. You do have your button on the bottom for towing. You can disable it so that the car's alarm doesn't go off whenever somebody's towing the vehicle, as well as this absolutely massive side seal. Very, very deep, very, very nice setup. You do get your McLaren 720S Launch Edition badge right here on the door seal, as well as you can see the carbon tub. This car, the tub of it is made of carbon fiber. Very, very light, very, very expensive to replace. Let's hop inside this McLaren 720S and give you guys a bit of a sneak peek at what it's like to be inside one of these cars. As you guys can see, the very nice center display showing the McLaren from a top mounted view, as well as the air going over it, showing you just how aerodynamic it is. You do have a fully digital center gauge cluster showing you all the information that you may need to see, as well as your tach, your mile per hour, what gear you're in. You do have your oil pressure, engine temperature, as well as how much gas you have. Coming down to the steering wheel of the car, everything is carbon. This particular gauge cluster, when you press this button right here, the gauge cluster whirs in, just giving you just the sportiness of it, with the McLaren tachometer right here in the center, as well as your miles per hour and your gear that you're in. Only the things that you need to see in this car, guys. Coming to the steering wheel, you can see that you do have a very nice setup on the steering wheel. We are talking carbon fiber along the bottom of the steering wheel, very nice leather in the center. You do get the McLaren badge right here. Wish they had to put 720S on the bottom, would have made it just a little bit more special. Leather wrapped steering wheel. I would think McLaren would have probably done something just a little bit more with the leather wrapping of their steering wheel, considering it is one of their highest performance cars. You can see we have some more nice examples coming in. Ferrari, Supra, very nice examples of cars. However, as far as the steering wheel goes, wish they had to use some type of perforation on the side of the steering wheel. You can see you do have the lever for your headlights as well as your turn signals. You also have a lever for your lift system, and so this car has a front lift system that allows it to lift the front of the car up in order to give you just a little bit more ground clearance whenever you're trying to get to certain areas. You do have your buttons for the front trunk as well as for the screen up here. Coming to the side, like I mentioned earlier, fully integrated infotainment system in the center. You do get to choose your modes for your handling as well as your engine power. Before you choose them, you do have to hit active, allowing the car to know that you want to change these modes, and then you can go in and change them and have the absolute experience of your life. You do get a very small, most people might not be accustomed to this type of center console area. You do have your drive mode, your neutral, as well as your reverse. And you can see your launch right here and your hazard lights. You do get a cup holder, a little storage area underneath the center of this floating center console, as well as a cup holder right here. You do get this center area right here for your storage. You do get a very deep storage right here in the center, as well as your USBs right there and an aux port in case you need it. You can see there's a little bit of change in here, presumably from somebody getting gas. However, we are looking at very nice materials. Everything is made from leather. You can see with the McLaren, you do get these fighter jet style climate vents for being able to focus the air wherever you may need it. It is very cool looking, makes it feel like you're in something special. You do also get this very driver focused dash. Everything is pointed towards the driver. To the door panels, very simplistic design, but very nice design. You can see just how wide this door panel is because of how wide this seal is right here. You do have carbon right here on the handle, as well as the window controls, your speaker sound system, again, Bowers and Wilkins. You do have nice material on the door. Everything's leather wrapped. Love the white stitching that McLaren decided to go with for this car. To the seats, you do have very nice, very heavily bolstered seats. These seats, however, are comfortable, even though they may not look like it. They are leather wrapped, again, with the white stitching. Very nice design on the seat. Very nice look to the car. You can see this very long dash, a whole lot of car in front of you. Doesn't look like it on the outside, but when you actually get in here, you realize that it is a very lot of car in front of you. Nice material on the dash. You do get your speaker right here in the front, as well as your defroster for the window. You can see the carbon right here along the side of the A-pillar on both sides. Again, looking at the top of the ceiling, you do get leather wrapped on the top. Many cars go with some type of cloth material. McLaren did step it up with the leather, allowing you to get luxury along with performance. You do get your dome lights and very, very small but functional sun visors, allowing you to be able to get the sun out of your eyes with this absolutely massive windshield. Even though the windshield is huge, it does sit very low. It is very sloped because of the aerodynamics of this car. Going to the back, you do get, again, speakers. However, you do get storage in this car. The engine is underneath this section right here, so you may not be able to see it, but that does offer you the ability to have storage right here. You see that you also get a strap for things that you may need to keep down. In the center, you do get this little mesh for important goods you may need to keep, anything from registration or whatever the case may be. Just the overall very, very nice setup to this interior, guys. Very simplistic, very, very nice materials that they decided to use, and I don't think anybody would be disappointed with this car. You do get your paddle shifters right here on the steering wheel. They are made in a way that when you pull this one up, you can upshift, whereas if you push it back, you can downshift. Very, very nice setup to McLarens. That's one thing that a lot of people don't know about them. Very, very beautiful setup, man. So if you guys have not seen a car like this in person, I encourage you to strive in order to either see one or get one for yourself. And with that being said, guys, we have wrapped up another review, this one on the McLaren 720S. Please like, comment, subscribe. Guys, let me know what your favorite feature about this car is, as well as other cars you may like to see on the channel. We do have a very nice selection. Can't promise I'm gonna be able to get all these in. However, we do have a very nice selection of cars that we can choose from. But just like that, got some more treats for you guys in later videos. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.